I had the opportunity to get into this career because of political action, because of movement by the community. It wasn't just an isolated incident of me being given this chance. I'm basically the beneficiary of affirmative action, and as a result of that, I am supportive of affirmative action because it's hard for me to regard my own existence as anything other than a net plus to the American theater. So I appreciate Stanford. I'm very grateful to the political movements and the multicultural movement that allowed me to have an opportunity to do what it is that I do today. And finally, when it comes to my parents, you know, I wrote these plays in my spare time, and my father didn't really know much about theater. We never went to the theater. And he picked up FOB once, and he flipped through it, and there were some curse words, and he said, "Oh, what are you doing? I, pay all this money to send you this fancy university to write this junk." But then when we did, I said, Dad, we're going to do it at the dorm at Bocata, which was then called Unipro. And he told my mom, "Okay, we're going to go up to see it. And if it's good, we'll encourage him, and if it's bad, we'll tell him to stop." And they did come up, and they actually got to sit in chairs in the dorm lounge instead of on the floor. And at the end of it, I went up to my dad, and he actually had tears flowing down his face, and he was very moved by it. And it was actually, then the only play of mine he liked for like the next 20 years. The Tough Flower Drum Song in 2002, he didn't like anything I did. So I was really lucky. But he, at that point, he became very supportive of what it was I was doing. And, I often say, particularly when I talk to Asian parents and people my age now and older, I certainly appreciate being honored, and I'm very grateful. But on the other hand, it's really important to be supportive of young people who want to do what it is that I do, or whoever one happens to be honoring, Amy Tan or Ang Lee or any of these people. Most of us, this is not always true, but I think it is fair to make a generalization that most of us who have been able to be successful in the arts who are Asians had parents that were somewhat accepting, at least didn't kick us out of the house. And it's really important. And if you look at this moment in the economy, I think it's somewhat reasonable to ask, well, is there such a thing as a stable profession? And doesn't personal satisfaction and growth and happiness have some kind of economic value? So, no, I don't feel that old today because I get to do something that I love, and I'm very fortunate to have gotten to do it for several decades now, and to be recognized like this by you and to be part of this community is very much icing on the cake. And thank you for doing what you do,